So hey everyone, I'm Meenakshi from IIT BHU. Today we have the honor to interact with the respected director of our institute, IIT BHU, Professor Amit Patra, sir.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you very much.
So I'd like to briefly begin by giving an introduction of ECEL.
Sure.
So basically our aim at ECEL is to help students transform their ideas into ventures by providing them with resources and a supporting ecosystem. So far our campus has witnessed over 45 plus startups. So with that being said, I'd like to know, what do you think is the role of entrepreneurship in academic institute, especially in a country like ours where innovations directly impact society?
No, I think that's the most important thing, given the situation in our country growing at a very high rate, and in fact one of the highest growth rate among all the big economies.
Yes.
And those economies which have grown bigger than us, at some point or other they have actually they rode on this entrepreneurship.
Yes.
So keeping that in mind, we have our I3 foundation, which is ideation, innovation and incubation. So all these three things are actually considered important, and we're trying to do our best. And I'm also happy to tell you that now the number is nearing 100, the number of startups with some of the recent initiatives. And so I'm really looking forward to a huge growth in this area.
Yes, thank you for that. With that being said, in your recent talks, we had a session, IIT BHU CFIN session the other day.
Right.
You had mentioned that you were an entrepreneur yourself.
A failed entrepreneur.
We would like to know some insights from that journey of yours that you would like to share.
Yeah, I was an associate professor at that time. So we did, 5 of us actually came together and we founded a company. That was actually a partnership company. And we invested our own money. And then we went into 2-3 areas, and one of them was building electronic products, especially laboratory equipment, and then also some services to the steel plants, some image processing tools. And we did get a number of projects. In fact, I'll not say too many, but just a few to keep us afloat. And I'm very happy to say that we did not lose any money in the venture. And it was because of the overall ecosystem and our own priorities. Being an associate professor, your next target is to become a professor. So we found that it was difficult to manage both things. So we sort of paused, I would say. And hopefully even when there is a new opportunity, maybe we'll get into it again.
Okay. So would you like to share any message from that journey that you've learned to,
Yeah, I think the most important message is not to give up.
Okay.
In fact, we all believe that every person, especially when it comes to IIT students, these are the cream of the nation, and every person is unique and they have the ability to succeed. It is just that they should not lose the way and should not give up. And sometimes we get to hear and get disheartened saying, okay, only 1 or 2 startups out of 10 will succeed. But what we fail to remember is that even if we fail in one, you can try the second time.
Yes.
So theoretically, if you try 10 times, at least once or twice you will succeed.
Yes.
So I think that is the bottom line we should keep in mind, and never give up. And no matter how many times you fail, and the failures are literally the pillars of success. And especially you learn more when you fail. In fact, we are seeing some of the space launches of ISRO.
Yes.
They seem to really fail, once or twice. They do fail, because that is the journey. If everything works first time right, then what is the difference between a leader and just a follower?
Yes.
Right? So anybody can do it. It is not like that. Only those who fail and learn from their mistake, try again, they reach their goal.
That's right. Thank you for sharing that. That being said, it is one of our concerns that a lot of students hesitate to take the entrepreneurship route.
Yes.
Mainly because it's not really safe and maybe family pressure or peer pressure.
Yeah, risk of failure, as
Yes,
we said.
risk of failure.
Risk of failure, especially the first 1 or 2 ventures, that is high.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what do you think we can do to promote startup culture in our campus inspired of all these things?
Right. So you see that one has to take risks.
Yes.
Now, it is not necessary that one takes the risk immediately after graduation. They have another 60 years minimum left.
Yes.
So, depending on their comfort level, especially in terms of finances, they may decide to take the risk later. Let them take 5 to 10 years, have the work experience, get networked, know more people, and then when they are comfortable, then they can take an entrepreneurship journey. But it should be there in their mind that if not now, I'll do it later. So, in fact, that's what happens. In fact, you will see that many of the alumni that I see, both at IIT BHU as well as IIT Kharagpur and other alumni, every alum actually, or I'll say every 1 out of 2 alums, after, when they are 40, they become entrepreneurs.
Yeah, that's right.
And then generally they succeed. In fact, if somebody probably does more statistics for IIT alumni ventures, I'll not be surprised if 1 out of every 2 ventures succeed.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Now, that being said, we do know that IITs produce strong research.
Yes.
What do you think are some ways we can improve the transition from research and patent to real world products and startups?
Yeah, patenting is the first step, which IITs have started taking, and IIT BHU is really making big, inroads into that. And this year our target is to file 200 patents, and we are already there. So it's first thing to protect your, intellectual property, but then we need to build on that. That's where again startups come in handy, because if you go too early to an investor or a company, there is a possibility that they will either, buy you out, or they will make sure that you don't succeed, especially if it cuts into their revenues. Sometimes they may feel that you are a threat.
Yes.
So the idea is to grow to a certain extent where you can, where you have already protected yourself and gone to a level where you cannot be, subdued.
Yeah.
Right. So our faculty also should take initiatives, and students working with the faculty who are working on those projects, they should get into it. But one caution I would always say that, entrepreneurship is not you cannot depend on chance. Yes. Right? So you need to have something in your hand, some idea which you think is a killer idea. Whether it is a killer idea or not, only time will tell.
Yes.
But you need to have something in your hand. You should not be just a romantic entrepreneur saying that I will become an entrepreneur and I will succeed. That is unlikely to happen.
Yeah.
So you should have, some of those, Google and others which became successful. No, they had a hot technology in their hand, and that's where they went and made their mark.
Yeah, thank you for that. Now, to just conclude our conversation, would you like to share some message? As the eSummit 26 is approaching,
yes.
In this, we have it the end of the month.
Yeah.
Would you like to give some message to those young entrepreneurs and participants across the country who are looking forward to the event?
I think our name of our foundation is the message that we want to give.
Okay.
The ideate, innovate, and we shall incubate you.
That's
okay. Thank you.
Thank you so
very
much.
Thank you, sir. Okay.